Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another episode of Hearthstone. All we have to do today is get 3 victories with Mage or something. That's all we're going to try and do today. I am working still on balancing my microphone and my new equipment, so I probably sound louder, I probably sound different. Comments, improvements, suggestions, all of that would be very much welcome. Everything just seems like it's going to be louder now, so I kind of think I like that.
Thrall versus
I turned
Valera.
up the in-game volume.
Watch your
So this may be very loud
For
you.
Doomhammer!
If it is, I'm sorry, let me know. I'll probably go back to the rest of the old equipment, so... even though I'm doing all this work, I think I'm gonna go back to the old equipment. At least to finish out the series. Does that make sense? Does it make sense to go back to the old equipment? I don't think it does. But I guess there'll just be a change. There'll just be a change. That is the eternal problem with doing this YouTube channel, is once I have somebody, once I have decided to make a change, it's just gonna happen in the middle of nowhere. People aren't gonna see these episodes as quickly as they start seeing the change in a lot of other recordings, almost certainly. So, special announcement video and all of that. I don't get the feedback. I won't get the feedback until after.
Ready to ride!
This just seems really loud right now.
Ah! Taste my steel! Job's done.
That just seems too loud to me. What can we do? I think the best solution would be for me to turn down my key. There, I'll just turn it down. Try it from there.
I wonder.
I'm also testing out the GameStop controller, even though it does feel a little funky in my hands. It feels really small. On this episode, so I know what using the controller. When I get a USB microphone like the Snowball Yeti, and it is not connected to the controller at all, maybe I'll go back to a wireless controller, which might solve some problems. Certainly might solve some problems.
Handle it! Taste my steel! Job's done.
Really, I don't want to get into the battery issue. There was a scare very early on when I was recording where I thought I was losing recordings because of the batteries getting weak on a wireless, which I since and I don't even think that was really the case. I was losing recordings because of like a codec installed. Because it was not like starting to record.
Ready to ride! Taste my steel! Job's done.
So yeah, I can still attest this controller feels very strange. I am, like, when I stretch my hands out all the way, it does not feel comfortable. When I bring the controller right to my stomach,
This
it
guy's
does-
toast.
There's not an in my arms. Really, it could only be as much as a couple centimeters difference from the width of the controller.
I wonder.
Just doesn't feel right. It's just smaller by just enough so it feels strange and uncomfortable. And I hate to say that.
Job's done.
I was at a GameStop. I needed a new controller. I wasn't willing to wait and order one from Amazon, where it probably would have been cheaper and like that. We're getting close. Not to the point yet, but we are getting close to the point where anybody who has an Xbox 360 or PlayStation should start thinking about getting a backup one on the cheap, like a used one or
What to do?
yeah, I think it would have to be used for the console at this point. Just get one of those.
Job's done.
The hard drives for the Xbox 360 are very expensive for the amount of space and the speed of the hard drives that are going into it. But if you have a lot of 360 games, you need to start thinking about
So many
getting a backup
options.
360, because otherwise you're never going to be able to play those games, and you're going to be taking whatever collection. Me personally, I have 30 or 40 I want to do anything with those except using coasters. Four doesn't play PS.
Behold the might of
I have enough
Stormwind!
mana.
So yeah.
Job's done.
Blu-ray player. Yeah, for a long time it was considered the best Blu-ray player, but some of the reason why it was considered the best Blu-ray player was because it was constantly getting updates for other things too. Now I think you're better off finding a review site of Blu-ray players and spending $150 at most for a new Blu-ray player that will do better and have
Well played.
just as much.
So many options. Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
Also, if you want a game console and a Blu-ray player, your answer might be the Xbox One or the PS4. Definitely. Of course, then you get into the play it PS1 or the Xbox One or the PS4, because there aren't enough to really justify the price of either one yet.
Too soon.
That's one of the reasons why.
I do.
One of the reasons why we have the fact that the Xbox One and PS4 have not caught on as much as they should. They have not shown themselves to be powerful machines because they just aren't. And it looks like they might have very short lives. They don't have that many games.
Jaina
No,
versus
console-
Malfurion!
For
I must protect the one.
You asked for it.
have had their winners and losers, even between the same company. Like the Nintendo Entertainment System, huge winner. The Virtual Boy, huge loser. Even though I personally kind of dug the Virtual Boy. Its red concept was ridiculous. Game Boy, huge winner. Several of the Game Boy versions, though, like. And then there are certain companies that just came out with losers, and that was it. And in a lot of ways, it feels like I would say the Super NES, in a lot of ways, was a loser compared to the NES. I never had the Super NES as a kid. I got one much later, but way past the point in which they'd be hype. But it was very much just an improvement, and I'm sure there was a lot of technical things on it. It didn't have the games. Just didn't have the games. Honestly, I can't even think of what game is on the
Job's done.
Super that isn't a slightly better version of an NES. And Super NES also brought us things like Mario Paint with the mouse concept that did not succeed, or the Super Scope concept, which did not succeed. But it certainly did bring us starting. We can kind of see the future and where it's going. Right now, if the fads are
What to do? What to do?
Master of magic.
Job's done.
We're going towards the Oculus Rift or something like that as being something that might. No, I'm not sure I really believe that. There's a huge monkey to go to virtual reality because every single game needs to be redone. Hearthstone here is a great example of a game that doesn't really get improved if you play it in an Oculus Rift. What can you really do here that improves the game? You could make it so that you're looking down to a board like you were actually playing a board game, and then when you look up, they make 3D character versions of it. Yeah, maybe that would be something interesting, but that's about it. Really, this would just
Time waits for no one.
Background animation. You're not getting major improvement on a game like Hearthstone. Halo. Think about Halo for a second.
I wonder.
Are you really even getting a
No take candle.
Job's done.
Virtual reality. I don't know if you really are. I really don't. The one argument, the best case scenario I've thought of for Oculus Rift is have like a Myst-like game, a game that is completely built around its visuals, that going around with ads a lot. On the Myst, you would click to go from stationary point, so you go from one place, see a walking animation, go to the second point. For most setups of virtual reality, because then you don't
Vaporization commencing.
If you're playing Halo, you're running around.
Job's done.
Walls, not diving for cover in your room. You're going to run into a wall. The concept of standing up of virtual reality almost fails in everything. Does even Portal get massively improved in virtual reality? Not as they stand. That's really what I'm saying. almost no game as they are made today is huge. But I think that is probably where we're going to go. Will it be the next generation or will it be 10 generations down the line? I don't know. But horror games. Horror games seem to be better suited.
I'm ready. I'm not ready.
Just because
Vaporization commencing!
but a lot of games very much games, but
Job's done.
that are interactive. When you get into something like Resident Evil 4, which is as much a shooter as it is a zombie horror game. How can I kill this guy? Let's
Crush! No, smash!
Vaporization commencing!
Job's done.
What else do we want on a console besides virtual? We don't really want anything back here. What we want, or what I want, and I'm saying we as all gamers everywhere. But
I
what
must
want
safeguard the land.
which, you know, the Steam looks really well. But I have concerns because of just how.
Are you ready for this?
Better graphics cards.
Job's done.
And faster memory and graphics cards. We want more RAM and faster RAM in the computer CPU part.
The gates are open.
That's the RAM instead of the graphics RAM. And right now, I think most systems are sharing that RAM. Or maybe just the Xbox One. I don't remember now. But I really don't want them sharing. I want them to have both have as fast and I don't want. It's the same thing as I've been talking about.
I'm ready. I'm not ready.
Check it. Out loud. I want in my next console and my next computer. Lots of video RAM. Very good video card. Lots of
Snakes. It has to be snakes.
Get behind
Does
me.
it have to have 6 cores? Maybe. Depends on when the next consoles come out. I bet and there I have luckily one. Good because I want an SSD in the next consoles. How big does that SSD need to be? It needs to be big enough to hold the operating system of the console and big enough to hold one game. Now, assuming it still uses disk, which I really do want it personally to still use disk. because there are
Thrall versus Anduin.
reasons. You want
The light shall bring victory.
For Doomhammer.
once they turn down off their servers, or the servers get DDoS, which is happening more and more things these days. I want to be able to put a disc in my console and it work if I don't have the internet, because my internet's down. So there's tons of
Job's done.
want discs to still exist. And it's the same reason why I'm saying it's about time, it's getting close to time to buying a second spare Xbox 360. It's just because I want to play those old games, or at least I want to have the opportunity to play those old games. And yes, I am willing to spend a couple $100
Is someone injured?
on the used console, just to make sure like 40, 50, 30 games. How many other games do I have are playable? So my whole point of that is Blu-ray, even if they get to the double,
Job's done.
that's 25 gigabytes. If they invented a standardized like 50 gigabytes, maybe you need a 64 to 1 hard drive, SSD. That's one game. And that's
Taste my steel. Job's done.
Get it into a console, that's great. And then, of course, on top of that, I want to put it on. Still slow, but I would to wouldn't want it to be really, really slow hard drive. And
Job's
at
done.
least 2 terabytes, not 3, 4, 5, or 6, all of which are feasible, depending on when the next one comes. Yeah, that's about it though. So just, I don't know, keeping out on. I'd like it to have better audio. It would be really nice if they, for once, actually focused in more on the audio.
I wonder.
There's nothing wrong with the audio, but it's not
Job's
like
done.
any of them have ever forced the average person to say, you know what, you should really be playing this in at least surround sound or 5.1. So, I don't know what it is. Putting the amp and speaker connections right in the back of a console to tell people, do this in 5.1. You really want to
Handle it.
because
Job's done.
that would help a little bit. That would be nice if they pushed the standards of audio. There's still a lot of people that barely even care if it's in stereo. Definitely want a 4K. Comes out.
The gates are open.
Able to do 4K 60 frames per second.
The Frost Wolves stand ready. Hit it very hard. Job's done.
I had a lot of designs when they played about what I was thinking, and none of them got added really, because I
Job's done.
wireless second HDMI, so you could, in theory, have the second player connected to a TV and a receiver box connected to the TV in a different channel. Two people could potentially be playing the same game. No more split screen stuff. I wanted the console special connection that they would have had to invent. I'll fully admit that. A special connection it would
Witness the power of the
it would be considered so that the two video cards in each box now are in SLR.
I must consider.
Doubling the graphics,
Behold the might of Stormwind!
processor, and the RAM and the hard $+, buy two consoles, stack them on top of each other, they plug into each other, and that plug just drops. That's great. And if you did that, then that wireless connection I was talking about towards the second TV would allow you to play two different games. Plus, one of the things I really would have liked was a carousel in the Blu-ray card. What a carousel is you can put 5 discs into it. And so 5 Blu-ray discs
Jaina versus Rexar.
on your
Let the hunt begin!
You asked for it.
Of course, if you double the system, then you have 10 discs. And that's not that hard. There are 5 disc changers in cars CD players right now, so that's just standard technology. And that would be so great. It kind of always sucks when you have to get up and change between games playing on a console, and that's just something that does not happen when you are playing on a computer.
Job's done!
They're going to require the disc to be in there, even if it is technically installed on the hard drive. But, yeah. What else was I going to do? Well, I wasn't pushing for a connect or anything, and that would be so. Everybody pretty much hated it. Let's see. The right move is now in case this is explosive, which is almost certain.
Job's done.
The turn. I will say the controller is not feeling terrible. It's not hurting that much, so you're not cramping up immediately.
To my side!
There was one also, I don't know what the name of it was, but it was full of ring race, like this ring racer from the Lord of the Rings. They're looking for the ring, the one true ring and all that. The game was a comedy game, and so you'd run through ring race and you'd just throwing over.
Job's done.
You're never gonna find a ring. There are no rings, and there really weren't any rings in the game. So it was somewhat funny, and I saw it once at a friend's house, and I just could not remember. I don't think I was gonna do anything different on the controllers, really. I don't think we need, well, at least at the moment, I don't feel like
Someday I'll be just like you!
more buttons. Maybe too many buttons. Or did he
Job's done.
Nintendo 64 controllers have just been the most. Even the right bump and the right stuff is too much, and you'll notice that on almost every game that effectively uses them, they pick make you do the two-finger solution where you have to have your pointer finger on the right bump and your middle finger on the right trigger. One notable exception to that is Mirror's Edge, which that was just horrible to control that way. Fortunately, in the PC version at least.
Job's done.
But I never really found one way to remap everything to the right place. There's just standard layouts. That's something game programmers should fix and just be like, why don't you where the controls are going to be? It doesn't matter to us.
I let the dogs out.
People want the jump button, the A button, or people want the B button to be the jump button. It's all the same too. 5 change. So if I put this up,
I am master of magics. Me?
Job's done.
yeah, I don't know if I was gonna really do anything. The 3 things I really would like to see in the next console didn't really fix it in ours. A wireless second player for an add-on that costs $50 to $100. I want to see that as a function, and it's not as difficult as you would think. All it needs to be is on the back would be a second HDMI port and a USB controller, and then wirelessly plug a module to the back of that and wirelessly transmit that from
I'm ready. I'm not ready.
the back of the box so that's not terrible. Having a 5-disc changer in the game console. It sounds silly to probably a lot of people, but it's a great idea. It really is. And the main concept of having the ability, I was calling it a Northbridge SLI connection because that's technical computer things anyways on the CPU. But basically, having a connection where you can take your 2 processors and then have twice as many processors, twice as many graphic cards, twice as much storage, twice as much of everything, and having that in a consumer version of something would be great. That would be great for rich people. And if that knocks it up to 4K and it only runs at 1080p, well, I probably would have a little bit of problem with the new consoles only going to 1080p, but I wouldn't have a terrible problem. And I had some other shit, but I'd like to see that stuff in the next console. If there are next consoles, I don't know. A lot of the background Steam issues are still there, where Steam is a better platform than Xbox or PlayStation for finding new games and getting games out. Anyways, we got that quest done, so we're technically done. And I said at the beginning of this recording session, we were going to open this pack. I have not mentioned how I got the pack. What I did is there was a quest called Watch and Learn. It required me to friend someone and watch them spectate their game. So, I hope people don't mind. So, when somebody's playing, there's a little eye here. And you click the eye and then you watch them play. And you can, it's really nice because you can hover over their cards and it will magnify for you. And I don't think anybody sees what you're doing when you're spectating, which might be a bit of a problem because it would be kind of cool if you could see somebody who is spectating's mouth and see what they're doing if they're saying, play this card, and all that. But that might be very annoying too, particularly if you had 5 or 6 people spectating and there was just mice all over the place. Of course, you can chat with them while you're spectating and give your suggestions. But yeah, the watch and learn quest was to just watch somebody and win a game. So I had to watch the person play a couple games. They did all right, and they eventually won, and I got this pack. And so I don't know if that quest has anything to do with Black Rock Mountain or not. I did an announcement about it, so you can go look at it, and you probably saw it a long time ago compared to when this video gets released. Anyways, let's open this pack and hope we're really lucky. Just rub the pack. Hope for as much luck. We want legendaries, we want duplicates, so we can get big old dust. So ideally we want nothing but legendaries. Cards. So that's a blue. That's another. That's another. That's another. And that's another. So that's pretty bad. We've seen all these cards many times. Got one rare. So that's 5 cards. I bet that's 5 things I can do on the dust right now. Go over that. They moved crafting mode button down here. Disenchant these cards. 3 of them. So not 5. 15 dust, which is great, I suppose. So if we go to crafting mode and we just start looking, what we're looking for is something bluish grayed out. That means we can craft for 15 dust. The stupid won't be something. 50 is the lowest we could possibly have. Doesn't new cards we got. So maybe some of these we just didn't have 2 of. I guess we didn't have 2 of, and now we do. This is a good argument as to why not buy cards. I didn't have any of that. Interesting. So I guess we are by getting packs trying to start unlocking more and more. Just once we get back to Arena Lands, once we're done with Black Rock Mountain, yeah, there's nothing I can make for 15 dust. That's really no surprise to me. Once we're done with the month of April in Black Rock Mountain, we will start going back to Arena Lands. Although, I do need to probably save some gold. So I need to probably try and save that up too. And I'll have to think about how I'm going to do that. Anyways, that's the end of this episode. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. You can support me through fan funding by clicking on my name, Rydo. That takes you to my main YouTube page. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Any amount you donate will be appreciated. If you want to follow me on Twitter or Google Plus or Steam or Battle.net, all that information is down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.